Last year, I think in spring, Michelle Herman sent out an email to all of the M.F.A students asking for people who we were reading and who we liked, and I requested Jamaal May to come for this. I found the poems really accessible, and I felt like he would be able to bring an element of performance to a visiting writer workshop that we don't usually get in the normal workshop.
What he did was he took some of the characteristics of his hometown, which is probably the most famous industrial hub in this part of the world, and is now kind of dead, and he really resuscitated it. And to want to do that as a poet is very admirable, but to pull it off is even more astounding.
They're accessible to people who aren't 100% well versed in like the old dead white guy stereotype of poetry that people have. They're for today's generation, especially in the wake of things like Black Lives Matter, police brutality awareness. They're even more relevant now. I mean, they've always been relevant, and they speak to a lot of human truths. I think that's especially people who aren't that familiar with poetry really need to read about in poetry in order to get a grasp of it and get a sense that they can understand it. And so I found that compelling.
He's a wonderful reader, and the word life or the word vitality always applies to his work, even when it's focusing on the darker subjects, when it's focusing on death, when it's focusing on physical abuse, sometimes even rape. He still has this vitality and this belief that we can endure.